You're good to go.
Hello Frank, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. Hello.
Good. Have you had a good day?
Yeah.
How's your week been?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
So Frank, do you remember what we did on our last week lesson? What did we concentrate?
We did minor and major junctions.
Yeah. What's the end of the lesson? Can you remember what did you score yourself? That was 0 was lowest. Not confident at all. 10 is confident.
I would say about 7, 8.
And so what do we need to go up to the 10 then?
I would say just more practice, really. More practice would make perfect.
Yeah, well done. We will be doing the mock practice at the junction. We're going to come across the junction, okay?
Okay.
So, and what's the end of the last lesson? Can you remember? And that's what we said. What we're going to do in this lesson.
Roundabouts, I think it was. Yeah, we're doing roundabouts today.
Are you still able to look to subject today?
Yes. Yes,
Well done.
definitely.
So, and what's the end of the lesson? I just gave you a bit of breath, and then
Okay.
I showed you some picture. Can you remember? That's about the roundabouts, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the. Can you remember we did talk about the blockers?
Yes.
Yeah. And what was the blockers? So what can you remember about the blockers there?
So, if I'm coming in from 6 o'clock and a car is coming from 12 o'clock, it would block the oncoming car from 3 o'clock, giving me an opportunity to go.
Well done. That's we called the blockers. But how would you know, Frank, that car is definitely going to go to the 6 o'clock?
Body language or indicator most of the time,
done.
you can tell.
Yeah, if they're not indicate, you can
Yeah,
tell from the body language.
yeah.
Well done. So, yeah, and then remember we talked about the indicating when we're coming back on ourselves, or if you're going to take the third exit.
Yes.
So that was the indicating, was like the if you're going to go to the third exit or the coming back on yourself.
Oh yeah.
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 As we going past the third exit, if you're going to take
Just
the fourth one.
Yeah, just before one we indicate, so we don't confuse
Which
the
mirrors
drivers.
are you going to check for the indicating?
Center and my left mirror.
Centre and the left mirror. What would you check the centre and the left mirror there?
I would check the center to check drivers behind me, and then I would check my left mirror for any cyclists, pedestrians, or anyone to my left.
Done. Yeah, that's good. And then you're going to be indicating, yeah?
Yes.
Well done. And then Frank, we've done the junction last week, and can you remember what routine did you go over when we do the junctions, or what routine did you run on the approach to the junctions?
MSPSL.
Can I just put in, because you both know each other and you have given me permission to speak in front of Frank, yeah?
Yeah.
Be a little bit careful. Do more listening instead of telling.
Okay.
Yeah? The last statement you just made, at the end you told him what he would do. Wouldn't it be better to find out from Frank?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so look at him when you're talking to him and let him finish what he's saying. Even if he pauses for a second, give him a chance.
Okay.
Yeah? Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, MSPSL routine. So it's the when I ask you to turn left, which mirrors did you check, Frank?
Center and left mirror.
Yeah. Why did you check the centre mirror for?
Center mirror because I would be braking, so before I brake I want to know who's behind me, vehicles behind me, and to signal them that I'm braking.
Yeah. What would you do? When would you start the signalling? So if they do too close, what's the first things you do then?
So I check my mirror, and if they're behind me I would brake gently to signal them using my brake light.
Well done. What would you check the left? What did you check the left mirror for?
As I'm turning left, I would check if any cyclists are coming to my left, and so I don't turn into them or crash into them. And if they're coming, I would wait for them to be
Well
in
done.
safety.
When we're turning right, which mirrors did you check?
Center mirror and my right mirror.
Why did you check the right mirror for?
I would check the right mirror for overtaking cars or anyone trying to overtake me while I'm trying to turn right.
Well done. So we're going to be doing exactly quite similar things today on the approach. We're going to run exactly the same routine, MSPSL routine, Frank. And as the same distance, would you like to, and your mirrors has been quite nice last week, would you like to carry on doing your mirrors and indicating by yourself today?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
I would like.
well done. So, and the roundabouts, how much help would you like from me? So how much help would you like me to give you today?
Just a bit of prompting and direction at first.
Full instruction.
Full instruction to start off with, and then I'll start practicing to get a hang
Well
of it.
done. That's fine. I will do full instruction.
Okay.
Till you get better and after.
Okay.
Sorry, can I just come in again?
Yep.
Yeah, instead of asking Frank how much help he'd want from you, you already know that Frank hasn't done roundabouts.
Yeah.
Yeah? So you've got a fair idea of what help he needs anyway.
Yeah.
So why not say, yeah, it's a good idea that he takes responsibility of the mirrors, because you've linked it to the subjects that you've done on that we done last Sunday, junctions. Would it not be better off saying that in the early stages, on the first 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 roundabouts, I will talk you through the rest of the routine, the position, the speed and the look.
Yeah.
And then as we get some practice, we will then discuss
Yeah. That's
how
good.
much you want to do on your own.
Yeah. So, okay, Frank, then let's see, you're happy to do your mirror and signal, but rest of them I'll be talking 3, 4, do about 5, 6 roundabouts, yeah?
Okay.
Till you get confident with that, then
Of course.
afterwards, if you're okay with that, then I will let you to do it by yourself.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
So, and just before we move off, and I just let you know, and all the time I like you to be, I expect you to drive the car as responsible and carefully as you can.
Of course.
And I like you to be aware of how the road users got the right away. And if I feel you put anyone at danger, and I might intervene using the duels or the verbal action might be coming.
Of course.
But it all only happens if the emergency coming and if I feel you're not going to be dealing by yourself, yeah?
Yeah.
But if it happens, I will
Okay.
ask you to pull over somewhere safe,
Okay.
and then we will discuss for you to understand for the next time.
Okay.
Okay? Are you
course.
happy with that?
I'm happy with that.
Good. And it's just before we move off, as a driver, what would you be careful? So what's your responsibility? What would you do?
I'd make sure everyone inside the vehicle has
Yeah.
their seatbelt on, nice and securely, and I'd make sure handbrake, everything is in position, my seat position is correct as well.
Well done. So that's good. And then we've got the extra passenger in the car today. Okay. So, and we talked about it before. So how do you think that the extra passenger might affect performance of the car?
It would affect braking.
Yeah.
It would mean I need to brake a little bit earlier because the car is heavy.
Yeah.
And maybe acceleration, I might need to give it a bit more gas in hills and moving off. And also maybe steering as well, sharp when steering around the roundabout.
When you go into
When I'm
about,
going,
yeah.
yeah.
Well done.
Can I just come in again? Sorry.
Yeah.
I think it probably would be better to relate that to post-test. When Frank passes his test, he could be carrying 3 passengers in the back, couldn't he?
Yeah.
And a passenger in the front.
Yeah.
Is one person in the back going to make a big difference? No.
No.
So would it not be better to relate it to post-test, when you're carrying the permitted amount of people in the car, which is 5 in this car, yeah? Or he's carrying a load of stuff that he's just picked up from
Yeah.
a shop or whatever.
I say I got to tell him just one person's not going to make really big difference.
No, it's not about tell, it's about ask.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So
Yeah,
what?
yeah, so when you pass your driving test, you're going to be carrying your friends. Yeah? It could be up to 4 friends, couldn't it?
Yeah.
That's going to make a difference on the way to the car,
see.
isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And Frank, when you pass your driving test,
Of course.
yeah, and you will be carrying your friends in the car.
Okay.
Yeah, and then or maybe you're gonna do the shoppings and you're gonna put in the car. So how do you think extra weight or the extra passenger might affect performance of your car?
It would definitely affect the braking. Having heavier weight and a few passengers, it would mean I need to brake a little bit earlier.
Well done.
And also it would mean I need to give a little bit more gas when I'm moving off.
Yeah.
And hill starts. And also the steering around the bends as well will be affected.
Well done. That's it. About the one passenger in the back, we've got one passenger. It's not going to make too massive difference.
Of course.
And good. Okay. So when you're ready.
Of course.
Okay. And I just want to ask you, if you on a scale about the roundabout, 0 is lowest, 10 is highest. Yeah. What would you, about understanding of the roundabout, what would you rate yourself?
At the moment, I would say 3 or 4.
Yeah. What's your aim to get end of the lessons?
Hopefully 8, 9.
Well done.
Hopefully.
So we can get there. It's not a problem. So when you're ready, I like you to prepare yourself to move off. Okay. So good. Thank you, Frank. And we're going to be moving off, and then I like to out of the car park, turn left. Okay. Well done, that was a good observation there. At the end of the road, turn left, please. Got mirror indicating there. Well done, you, Frank. Just before you move off, what gear are you going to go up, Frank?
Oh, first.
Yeah. Well done, that was a good observation there. But what's important to going to the first gear? So what could happen if you try to move off in the second gear? What was the dangerous there?
I would stall. I would stall, and yeah.
Who get affected if you stall there?
The drivers behind me and the drivers on the road.
Yeah, what the driver might do behind you?
Hit me because I'm stalled, I can't move, and they wouldn't expect it, so they would go into me.
Well done. And how could you avoid it then?
So more preparation, give more time, and be in first gear when moving off. Be in the correct gear before the junction.
Just when you come to the rolling pace, yeah?
Yes.
And I like you to turn left at the traffic lights, okay? Well done, get mirror and signal there, well done you. Show me how you're going to go to first gear then. Frank, can you remind me, when we're sitting and waiting at the traffic lights, just before you move off, what's the important things to do?
Check my mirrors.
What would you check your mirrors there?
Just in case anyone is around me, anyone's walking around the car, crossing the road, drivers behind me as well.
Well done, that's good. Can you show me for the next time when we're moving off then, yeah?
Of course.
Are you getting good? Well done. Get the nose checked out just before you move up. I love that. Well done.
You just find a place to pull up on the left here.
What is that? allow you to pull up on the left when it's safe to do so, Frank.
Don't worry about blocking the driveway.
Don't worry about the blocking the driveways. Okay.
So again, I'll just make it clear to you, for people watching the video, Frank has given me permission to talk to you in front of him.
Yeah.
Yeah? And you've given me permission to talk in front of Frank, yeah? Yeah, so we had the first gear, the trying to pull away in second gear issue. Do you feel you really solved that?
Yeah.
Did you? Did you ask Frank at any point, did he want any help with that? Going forward?
No.
Because when we came up to the lights behind us here, what did Frank do just before he stopped?
Neutral, yeah.
He went into neutral. Is that okay? He went into neutral before he stopped with the handbrake off. Is that okay?
No.
So, remember the core comps are still in there, yeah? You've identified the fault.
Analyse it.
Well, no, Frank got analysed it quite well, which is what we're aiming for him to do. But the remedial action wasn't brilliant. If I'd have been sitting where you're sitting, I would have asked Frank, what could he do different so he's not going to forget to go in the first gear? Rolling first gear, yeah?
Yeah.
As you roll up to the junction, you roll it in the first gear, so you're prepared to stop but ready to go, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But that was definitely a fault. Coming up behind that vehicle there, the vehicle was still moving, he knocked it into neutral, yeah?
Yeah.
We're losing an awful lot of control on the vehicle,
I
yeah?
see.
Make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Right, sorry to interrupt.
Okay, when you're ready, I'd like you to move off, please.
Are you 100% sure that road was clear behind?
Yeah.
No. Were you? What should you have done?
Check after it. When we get to the end of the road, turn right. Okay. What's the distance was from the parked cars, Frank?
Meters away.
Turn right. Clutch. Good. Well done, that was good observation, Frank. Well done. So, what's the danger if you not keep those of it from the parked car front?
I'm moving too far on the other side of the road,
Yeah,
and I'm putting other drivers, oncoming drivers, in danger.
yeah. Would you like me to give you help or just
It was a one-off, I think.
I'll keep eye on you? We're coming up to roundabouts. Okay, we're going to go straight on. Before we get to middle, bring your speed down to the 20. Select the second gear, look right, ahead, left, and we're going to go, yeah?
Okay.
What do you think about the approaching speed to the roundabouts there, Frank?
I was too fast. I think I need to bring my speed down a lot sooner. Follow my routine.
I do apologise, that was my fault,
Okay.
yeah? I gave you late instruction there.
Of course.
Okay, do apologise there. I love that mirror check. What did you check the mirrors there for?
To check the drivers behind me
Yep.
in case I need to brake gently and check what they're doing, just in
Yeah.
case.
Well, we were approaching that
Yeah.
time.
Zebra
Well
crossing.
done. That's it. Good.
It's going to take the next turning to the left. Oh, sorry, not this one, the next one. I do apologise. That's my fault.
This one.
So it's the next one, and then you can just follow it down to the right. Just here.
Here?
Here, yeah.
Here, yeah?
Yeah. And you just pull up on the left. Don't worry about it driving. Right, again, I'm going to interfere just a little bit.
Yeah,
Almost, yeah. That wasn't really a clearance issue. Coming down to the T-junction.
Yeah.
I don't even know why you mentioned there was no danger there.
Yeah, but it was quite far out from the parked cars.
Yeah, it wasn't an issue, believe me. I could see where he was in the road where I was
Yeah.
sitting, yeah? But then that dragged on to the next roundabout.
Yeah.
And your instructions coming up to that roundabout were very late.
Yeah.
A bit inaccurate. I wouldn't take that roundabout at 20 mile an hour.
Yeah.
What kind of view did he have at that roundabout?
Give a bit nice and early instructions
Sorry?
and make them a bit, slow him down.
Yeah, what kind of view did he have at the roundabout?
Just right ahead, left.
Now,
and
what
go.
kind of view did he have? Was it open or was it closed?
It was close.
Closed. So, what kind of speed do you think you'd be talking about with it
15.
closed? Yeah. But it was all very rushed. Didn't have a chance, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, again, you asked him something about checking his mirrors, and you finished off a sentence for him.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Just be a bit careful. Listen. Listening is a skill, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we're dropping.
Okay, we'll drive. The rest of that bag.
You just stop there a minute, Frank.
Pardon? Stop here?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not you then, wrong. I'm a bit shocked today.
Yeah.
You're actually allowing Frank to do his blind spot, and then you're actually counting on Frank, who's a learner driver, not much experience.
Okay, yeah.
No. You remember what I said about listening? Yeah. You're actually counting that if there's anybody coming, he's going to make a proper assessment. If I'm sitting where you're sitting, and I have done for many years, I wouldn't want to die on this lesson.
Yeah.
How am I going to avoid dying on this lesson?
Delay him into the day. Relying on him.
Sorry?
Relying on the learners that
Yeah,
the
but how am I
people-
going to avoid?
I will check behind just after him.
Well, why are you not?
Yeah.
That's twice now, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Drive on when you're ready, Frank.
take the next turning to the right and then left, you're back on your route again.
Okay.
Turn left. What happened back there, Frank?
My tyre hit the curb.
Yeah. What was dangerous there? So what did you think that happened there?
I was too close to the curb.
Yeah.
My position was wrong.
Yeah. What's the dangerous of it down there? So what the dangerous when you touch the curb?
If I'm too close to the curb, maybe pedestrians or cyclists could be too close to me.
Yeah.
I'm not giving them too much space.
We'll talk about that. We're approaching the roundabout. I'd like you to turn left, take the first exit, okay?
Okay.
Good. Before the bollards, bring your speed down to the 20 and select the second gear. Look, right ahead, left ahead, right, we're gonna go, yeah?
Okay.
One time. And how could you avoid it to touching the curb there, Frank? And
Better positioning, checking my mirrors, how close I am to the curb.
would you like me to help you there for the next situation?
I think I should be okay. It was a one-off. Normally I don't do it.
Yeah. So that's I will keep eye on you, but I might prompt you for the next situation, okay?
Okay.
We're coming up the roundabout and we're gonna turn right, take the third exit, coming back on yourself. Okay, careful.
Okay.
Yeah. Turning right, good. Bring your speed down to 20 and look right ahead, right, we're gonna go, yeah? There we go. And I'd like you to take next road on the right, please, Frank.
Okay.
Take the next road on the right. What are you gonna do, Frank?
Yeah. Slow down.
And I'd like you to park on the left somewhere safe, okay? Thank you. What's happened back that roundabout when we were approaching there? What was dangerous there, Frank?
I steered too closely to the curb again.
Where had to step in there? So what was the dangerous there?
I was going to go into the curb fully, yeah.
And what could be happen if you hit the curb there at that speed? So what's the danger? Who do you put at risk there?
Pedestrians and myself, any cyclists as well.
Yeah. And how could you avoid that then?
Control the car more, look where I'm going, and just glance at my mirrors.
Yeah. And that's what was the distance? Can you remind me?
From the curb, trains away? Meters away. Meters away.
Well done. So that's the safety critical reason there, Frank. Yeah. And would you like me to change the lesson plan to that's the clearance and the distance from the parked car and the curb?
I would like to continue with roundabouts.
Yeah.
But if it happens again, then maybe, yeah, I think we need to practice, definitely.
Yeah, and again, just let you know, okay? And would you like me to at least a little bit prompting you there? Then? Or you be good?
I should be good.
Yeah.
I should.
So I'll just let you know, if you put anyone at danger inside or outside this car, and I might intervene using the jewels, yeah?
Okay.
And all the verbal action, but if it repeats again, we will be changing the lesson plan to do clearance and the distance. Okay? Are you happy with that?
I'm happy with that.
Good. When you're ready then.
Okay.
And one more thing just before we're moving off, sorry. And when we're turning to the right, yeah, what did you think about your speed?
Did I approach too fast?
So what was the speed like we're approaching the roundabout turning speed?
Bring it down to 20. Before the junction. Select the second gear.
How far before would you select the gear?
About 8 car lengths.
8 car lengths would you select the second gear?
About 100, 200 meters.
2 to 3 car lengths before, yeah? Okay. Your routine starts about 6 to 8 cars.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
And then, and next junction at the right turning, I will be helping you a little bit there. Would you like any help there?
Yes, please. The first few, yeah.
Yeah, I will do that. And then I'd like you to bring your speed down to the 15, yeah?
Okay.
And just before and turn 3 cars before select the second gear.
Okay.
Okay? So that's good. And when you're ready...
Right, so sorry to stick my beak in again, if you don't mind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, on approach this right hand turn, it was very fast, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The technical information that came from Frank wasn't quite correct.
No.
It's up to you to put him straight on that, yeah?
Yeah.
He shouldn't have been approaching a right hand turn to cross the path of traffic at 20 mile an hour, should he?
No.
What kind of speed should it be?
15.
Or
10. Yeah. And 10 to 15, yeah? The second gear about 2 to 3 car lengths before.
well, you know, the gear comes in at the right time. The speed's got to be right first. The gear, then you take the gear to match the speed. Because if there had been any oncoming traffic there, what would he have had to do?
Just stop.
And then what gear would he have gone into then?
Gear 1.
Yeah.
That's it. Good. Okay. When you're ready, Frank, I'd like you to drive on, please.
Of course.
Okay. That's okay. So, okay. It's fine. Frank, start the engine again. Thank you.
Okay.
What did you think that car is stalled there?
Because I was too heavy on the clutch, I came up too quickly.
Yeah, and then can you remind me what the routine just we run when we're moving off?
Mirror.
What the routine?
Palm.
What was the palm?
Position.
Position or prepare?
Prepare. Observation. Move.
Well done, you. And I do agree with you. Your clutch was a bit too quick up, yeah?
Yeah.
What's the dangerous of it? Who would you put at risk if you stall the car just while you're moving off? What the car could do?
Could roll backwards. Put
So
cars behind me.
Yeah.
Vehicles behind me. Pedestrians behind me in danger.
So, would you like any help there?
I'd like to try again. I'd definitely like to try again. And hopefully it works this time.
Yeah.
If not, I'd need some help if that's okay.
Good. So, I keep eye on you.
Okay.
If it repeats again, okay, and we'll be changing the lesson plan to do after moving off and pulling up, yeah?
Of course.
Good. When you're
So
ready.
Yuri, again, just sticking my beak in. I've sat in the car with Frank for the day last Sunday, and I can see a difference in his driving. Would it not be a good idea to ask Frank how he's feeling today?
Yeah.
Has he had a late night or whatever?
Yep. How do you feel today, Frank? So,
I'm okay. I don't feel too tired or anything. I'm capable to drive. But it's just, you know, one of those things. I'm human. But I'm more than capable to drive. That's why I didn't cancel the lesson. I'm okay, definitely.
You're not tired or anything?
No, I'm completely fine.
Good. So, when you're ready then,
Of course.
are you okay to let carry on driving?
Carry on? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of
Well
course.
done. So when you're ready, I'd like you to drive on, please. So, what's the speed limit on this road, Frank?
30? 30
Yeah.
miles an hour.
What would you do? What speed would you do?
Probably 15, 20 max.
Yeah. What's that speed? What benefit would you get from that speed? What are you on speeding from that one? It's behind us open.
Pedestrians
What's the
are
first
around.
thing you're gonna do?
Gonna check
Well done.
around just in case.
What's that? And yeah, what benefit would you get and from that speed if you do what speed you're doing now? Well done, good mirrors there. What benefit would you get from there?
I have more time to prepare just in case someone comes out, and I can stop in more in time.
Well done. What's that? That's good. Okay. Stop front. What observation you got to do when we're moving off from here?
Mirror,
Yeah?
mirror, mirror.
And you check
Blind
your
spot.
blind spot. Why is it important to check the blind spots there?
In case I can't see an oncoming car through the mirror.
Good. So, when you're ready then, I'd like you to move off, yeah? When you find the safe place, I'd like you to pull up on the left front, please, yeah? Don't worry about the driveways, yeah? What's that? What do you think? What was the dangerous that's the bus was coming towards you, Frank?
Oncoming car meeting traffic,
Yeah.
I think.
What could you do a little bit better there?
Stop behind, maybe sooner,
Yeah.
and give him enough space and time to come through as he was coming through.
Yeah. And if any car was just right behind you,
Mhm.
would they be able to reverse you back?
No.
So that's there. It would be not nice to pull up somewhere safe. Yeah, that's which is bus is a bit bigger car. Yeah,
Mhm. Of course.
that's bit.
Yeah, so again, I'll come in and just give you a little bit of guidance here, yeah? You need to be looking further down the road.
Yeah.
I saw the bus coming ages ago, yeah? Do you not think you should have come in with some help there?
Yeah.
Yeah? I noticed when Frank is answering a question, he wasn't doing this last week, but he's doing it today. He's actually taking his eyes off the road to look at you.
Yeah.
Also, when we passed the van back there with where we could see the legs underneath, I actually saw Frank look back at it afterwards. We'd gone past it.
Yeah.
We've already nearly been up on the curb once already.
Yeah.
Where does Frank need to be looking if you ask him a question? Does he need him? I know it's good manners to make eye contact with the person you're talking to, but is that safe when he's driving?
No. Yeah. Yeah, he needs to be controlled down more road. Yeah.
And does he need to talk with his mouth or his hands?
Yeah.
Which?
My mouth.
Yeah. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Now, again, just to give you a little bit of guidance. We came up to that right hand turn. We had a problem with the speed there.
Yeah. And
So, I'm just going to ask you a question, give me an honest answer. When we get to the end of the road here, we've got a choice of going right or left. Where are you going to go?
Left.
Yeah, why?
Because I've got a problem with that right turn. I'm going to do that right turn again. I've got the opportunity.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
Right, carry on, music.
When you're ready, I'd like you to move off, please. At the end of the road, Frank, I'd like you to turn left again, yeah? What can you see ahead? What are we approaching to? What's the warning triangle?
Roundabout.
Yeah, well done. And we can tell from the black and white roundabout signs, yeah? I'd like you to turn right, coming back on yourself, take the third exit, okay?
Okay.
Good. Before the bullets, bring your speed down to the 15. I'd like you to select the second gear and look right ahead, left, left ahead, right, and we're gonna go, yeah? There we go. Well done, get those out there. And I'd like you to take next road on the right, please, Frank, okay? Yeah, we're going to turn next road. We're not far from there. Okay. I'd like you to bring your speed down to the 15. Select the second gear.
Okay.
Ahead, right, right ahead, and we're going to turn, yeah? There we go. Well done. And then I'd like you to plug on the left when it's safe to do so, Frank, okay? What's that? How do you think that went, Frank?
A lot better. I
better.
had more time to prepare and was in the right gear before.
Good. So, are you happy to... Would you like me to carry on prompting you there? And giving you instruction, or are you happy to take over to responsibility now?
I'm happy to take over
Okay,
now.
I will keep eye on you again, yeah?
Okay.
And that's good, well done. So when you're ready,
Of course.
Right, I'm just going to again, come in there. Yeah, don't forget, it's my job to give you help, yeah?
yeah, that's good.
And you have agreed that it's okay for me to do it in front of Frank. Yeah, so coming up to that junction there, what was the appropriate speed again?
15
15.
to 10 to 15. Or a little bit
I don't think
less.
I'd want to be making that turn at 15. 10 or 12 maybe.
10, yeah.
And then, yeah, so that was good the way you helped him with the speed on approach, which is what the problem he had the last time, yeah? Did he have problems about where to look the last time?
No.
Did you give him any instruction about where to look just now?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah, it's not necessary.
What's that called?
Or over instruction.
Yeah. Agree?
Yeah. It's good. Okay, when you're ready, Frank, I'd like you to drive on, please. So. there. Well done, you, Frank. When you get to the end, I'd like you to turn right. What are you anticipating from that caravan, Frank?
In case it moves and I can't see it's blocking the way.
Yeah.
Cars could come
There
in.
we go. What's the first things we should do then? Turn right at the end, yeah?
I would slow down, bring my speed down, and before that I would be checking my mirror.
Feel the station first, yeah. Yeah. What's that? Well, that's the... Sorry, going back down. What would you do before you bring your speed down?
Check my mirror
Yeah.
and brake gently to anticipate any oncoming drivers.
And when we get to roundabout, we're approaching roundabout, we're going to turn right, take the second exit, yeah? Before we get to Bullocks, bring your speed down to the 15 and select the second gear, look right ahead, left, left ahead, right, and we're going to go, yeah?
Okay.
So, get mirrors there, set, indicating. And that nice lady, she just let you out there, yeah?
Yep.
What is the safe things to do just before you move to the main road?
Check left and right, and make sure she's fully stopped if she's letting me go.
Yeah, what would you check the left and right?
In case any oncoming drivers or cyclists are still coming while she's letting me go.
Yeah, well done. What are you anticipating here?
Roadworks, temporary traffic light as well.
What's the first things you're going to do? What's
Check
that?
my mirror, brake, slow down.
Well done, got mirrors there. we're approaching the roundabout front. I'd like you to go straight on the second exit, okay? Before that's just when we get to the zebra crossing, bring your speed down to 20 and select the second gear. Look right ahead, left, and after the red car, we're gonna go, yeah? I'd like you to take next road on the left, please, Frank, okay? Where there's just cars turning. Good. Well done, let's get spit there. I'd like you to take next road on the right, please, okay? We aren't speeding from that car, that red car, Frank.
It's on, the light's on, and it could be moving off at any second, so I need to be prepared. When we get to the next roundabout, I'd like you to turn right, then immediately left, please, okay? And we'll be turning left here. But and that's where the sign is there. There is a car park, and I'd like you to turn left in the car park, please, okay? And then park in the just in the bay here. Thank you. I'd like you to turn the engine off. Okay. Thank you. How do you feel today lessons went, Frank? It went, there was a bit of ups and downs, mistakes, but I think we improved in the end. We made some good improvements, gained some confidence on the roundabouts, and we fixed my positioning on the road as well.
Yeah. So what was dangerous of it? When you was going too close to the curb, I had to step in to move your steering wheels.
Lack of control, endangering the pedestrians on the curb, and possibilities of cyclists on my left. I would have hit them, and yeah, just lack of control, putting other people in danger.
How did you make it? How did you make it better? How did you improve that?
Keeping my eyes on the road more,
Well done.
controlling the steering wheel, and just glancing at the mirrors for danger.
That's it. And that was the right turn. We just walked on, yeah. And what was the dangerous of going too sharply to the near road? What was the dangerous there?
In case of oncoming drivers, and being too fast as well. Give myself more time to prepare. It's a lot safer.
And that's what could be happen. That's the when you
for pedestrians that
would be able
could be
to
crossing. Yeah.
Well done. So what could be happen if there was a people crossing the road?
I could hit them. There could be a child there.
How did we improve that?
We improved it by slowing down a lot more, selecting the right gear, having the good speed, and then turning right when it's safe to do so.
Well done. Good. So, and we just looked around, but didn't have quite time. Yeah, and we had up to less than enough time. So, what would you like to work on your next lesson, Frank?
More roundabouts, just more practice, till we make perfect.
Good. Thank you. And I'll see you next lesson.
See you next.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Frank, would you mind just would you do me a favour? I know it's cold today. Would you jump out just for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
You can avoid moving the seat, otherwise the camera's going to go fine.
Okay.
Well, I just apologise that
Sorry.
if you're watching this video, you've seen the back of Frank's head. It's because I'm in your car and I haven't got a cameraman, so I've had to wedge it in. Right. So his driving's completely different today from last week, isn't it? Yeah. So we had to come away from roundabouts, didn't we?
Yeah.
Do you remember what I said about listening being a skill?
Yeah.
Where that car flashed him to come out of the right-hand emerge, you asked him afterwards what was the observations. What was the answer he gave you?
He said, I will look right and left.
That's not the answer he gave you.
He said I would look to make sure she's fully stopped.
Yeah, it's regarding the observations. He did give you an answer regarding the observations. Can you remember what they were?
No.
What's the minimum observations before emerging?
Right, left, right.
That's the minimum.
Yeah.
The answer Frank gave you is look left and look right.
Oh yeah.
You've got to pick up on this this incorrect technical information, yeah? Because you agreed with him. So therefore, you're actually saying, yes, that's the right observations. That's technically wrong, isn't it?
Yeah.
The minimum, and I repeat, the minimum observations is right, left, right, then look in the direction that you're steering. That's the minimum. You may have to look 20 times, depends on the volume of traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah? You agree with that?
Yeah. I do. I felt like my test.
Sorry?
I felt like my test today.
Yeah, it's yeah. His driving today was like sitting beside or behind somebody completely different.
Seriously.
And that's why I was surprised why you didn't question him earlier about how he felt.
Yeah, and
I mean, he was all over the place.
it was.
Every time you spoke to him, he was turning around in the seat, looking at you.
Yeah.
His hands are all over the place, yeah.
No, he must be a bit tired.
Sorry?
He must be a bit tired, and
Well, you should have found out about this, yeah. I knew the reason why he nearly mounted the curb, because I could see it from here.
mirror, he was looking me.
Yeah, His body was all over the place, and of course if his body's all over the place, his hands are all over the place, and he lost control of the steering.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it all?
Yeah, it is on there. It's a learning exercise, isn't it?
Yeah.
You asked me to put it on today, and that's what I'm doing. Yeah, say what you want to say. Don't be worried.
Yeah, that's good, but it could be better. And
Sorry?
it could be better, so I was surprised a little bit. So it's been,
Well,
we've done it last week, it's better than this, but it's been good. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get as many roundabouts as we needed to, but that wasn't down to you. That was down to
People.
there was too many other problems in there to work on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll give that camera a pause, and I suppose if we feed
Can we
them,
do?
if we feed them, I know it costs about £27 to feed them, and he might get himself back on track again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so I'll give that a pause. Yeah.